Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And today I'm going to bring you a deck that actually just recently hit rank 1. Now, this deck might be familiar for some of you who have been playing for a long time, because it's going to be classic Lulu Poppy Demacia. The deck is making a comeback because first, NicMakesPlay, was another great content creator, took this deck and played it from like 0 LP to 300 LP. And then another content creator, MrEmotional, or Mo, like everybody knows him, took the deck all the way to rank 1 on the Americas ladder, kind of proving that this deck actually does very well. And part of the reason for that is because this deck destroys Ionia decks, right? So it's like another version of Scouts that does really well against Ionia decks. And in general, it's just a little bit more fun because you're kind of playing, obviously, for your champions, etc. like that. It does well into all the control decks as well. It doesn't do too hard against Jaime and Nora, but it does even against like Pirate Aggro as well. Does well against Naxxus Kindred, does well against Katarina Gwen. It's really just that Timelines and Nora matchups that end up kind of being really bad for this deck. But, you know, not new deck, an old deck coming back into the meta, hit rank 1, you know I had to show it. So props to Nick and props to Mo, obviously, for bringing this archetype back into popularity. So let's kind of go right down to how this deck works. So it's going to be a Lulu Poppy deck that's just relying on summoning units on curve and just smashing your face against the opponent to just kill the Naxxus. However, a lot of the units that we have can give us a lot of value that you wouldn't have realized before, right? So stuff like Bird is really good because it can land on your Lulu or it can land on your Poppy, or even your challengers to make them even more potent. Obviously, we play Fleet Feather and we play Triple Broadwind. These are our challengers that can get buffed up by Lulu or can get quick attack from the Yodelsmith, especially with the Broadwind, since he always has 0 attack. He's always getting quick attack from the Yodelsmith, allowing you to take some free trades when you have Yodelsmith on the field as well. 2 Rangers result to protect ourselves against any pings. Brightly Protectors to protect our champions, like Lulu and Poppy especially. Sculpture to give them more health, give all our units more health in general. 2 Inspiring Lights to buff our whole board once we go pretty wide. Sharp Sight is just there for protection as well for our champions. Our champions are very important in this deck, especially Poppy. So you usually, if you're going against a deck that has like PNC removal tools, you don't want to play Poppy until you have like Sharp Sight or Ranger's Resolve to be able to save her against like a Get Excited or an Aftershock. Yodelsmith, we kind of briefly talked about him. This guy is amazing. It gives all allies with equal or less power quick attack. So he can synergize with the Broadwind because he has Formidable. But he can also synergize with Lulu. So if you buff the Yodelsmith with Lulu first, and it goes to a 4/4, then the Yodelsmith triggers, giving the Lulu quick attack and giving all your other units that have less than 4 attack, quick attack. So he has to be really nice. The Mayor is just there for us to be able to cheat out the Lulu or cheat out the Poppy really early, which is really nice. Triple Golden Ages and double Relentless Pursuit, because at the end of the day, this deck is a rally deck. We're trying to really just rally with our board, level up Poppy, put a lot of pressure with Lulu, and just win the game that way. So the 5 rallies are just there to just completely obliterate the opponent, and for us to be able to just slam those rallies and not have to play around deny as much as you will in other decks. And then 2 Citrus to kind of give us that extra buff, and these also give us Fearsome to be able to get through a lot of the opponent's chump blockers. Now, let's talk about our champions real quick before we go into the games. Lulu, amazing card. The only downside with her is that obviously she doesn't have quick attack, so as you start attacking with her, it's easy to block them. So usually you don't want to attack with Lulu unless you have given her extra health, either through the Duran Protector, Inspiring Light, or have Sharp Sight as a backup, or if you can just challenge every one of the opponent's blockers away. You can also give her quick attack again by supporting the Yodelsmith first, and then the Yodelsmith get the Lulu quick attack. And then Poppy, similarly, because Poppy has 2 attack now, she will always buff the Yodelsmith as well, which obviously is able to give the Poppy quick attack, which make her stay in the field even longer. I would say that Poppy is way more important than Lulu in this deck, so I always like to keep at least 1 Poppy in my mulligan, just because of how much pressure she can put and how easily she can threaten the level up due to the number of rallies that you have. So yeah, enough about that. It's a pretty straightforward, just the Demacia deck. Nick's version is a little bit interesting, a little bit better. I know Nick was playing the Wandering Shepherd, which is actually a really interesting addition. Because obviously you can improvise into your Poppy or your Lulu, making it stronger. You can high roll the Scout, for example, and it becomes pretty nuts. It could be bad. It could be nice to play the Shepherd, especially since we're playing the Mayor anyways. It's another card that we can cheat out with the Mayor. I just don't know what I would cut for. I cannot just copy the list that Mo played that took him to rank 1. So I'm guessing that Mo didn't find the Wandering Shepherd to actually be that impactful in the game. But it's something that you can play around if you want to try it out. But enough of me rambling. Hope you enjoyed the games today. As always, if you like our content, please make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Jayce Elise Vi. Not a bad hand. Not a bad hand. I don't know if I like the Mayor. I like the Jodosmith and the Lulu. I want to see if I can get protection. And Sharp Sight. Sharp Sight is the protection that I'm looking for. My question here, because I need to play around Aftershock. Remember, Aftershock can now hit any unit and deal 3. My question is, do I summon the Jodosmith? Or do I just go Lulu, Poppy, Sharp Sight backup? That way we also play around that way we also play around Shock Blast. I guess Shock Blast, we lose to the Shock Blast, right? So we always lose to the Shock Blast because the opponent's 8. Not anymore. Not anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna go Jodosmith now that we have the Ranger's Result. And I'm gonna pass here. I'm gonna pass. If the opponent doesn't want to tap out of Shock Blast mana, yeah, cool. Opponent still has Shock Blast mana. I think I have to Poppy. Even if the opponent has Shock Blast, I think I have to Poppy. Maybe the answer is Lulu here. No, I think I'm gonna pass. It's more impactful for me. What if we Sharp Sight now? No, that doesn't make sense, right? I have to do it. I can't just pass. Like, passing just means that we're giving the opponent way too much time. I think I have to Poppy. So the opponent plays Shock Blast here. And what I'm gonna do is just Ranger's Resolve. We're gonna let the Jodosmith die. But then that means that the opponent can kill my units with the Sentinel. Huh. This is interesting. Thermal? Wow, okay, I didn't expect that. I did not expect a Thermal there. Wait, I did not expect a Thermal. That means that there's no Vengeance, by the way. So what a Thermal means is that there's no Vengeance. Lulu's gonna get quick attack, so the opponent cannot block. I'm trying to see. I mean, the Inspiring Light doesn't matter right now. So the Inspiring Light doesn't matter right now, right? Because we're buffing this up anyways. What are they playing at here? I like doing the relentless. I like doing the relentless pursuit right now.
Nothing beats field testing.
Just so that Lulu is out of range of exactly this, right? So now Lulu's out of range of this, and we still get to attack. Lulu's almost leveled up. Opponent has to block, and next up we have another rally, and we also have Sharp Sight. The problem is that the opponent can pull this guy. Poppy's even better now. I don't even think I care about the Jodosmith. No. We can't let this go. We cannot let this go. So we can Sharp Sight, right? So we can Sharp Sight. But then we still, well, I mean, we lose to the challenger if the opponent decides to challenge here. So if the opponent decides to challenge, we lose to the challenger, to the challenge. If we decide to Golden Ages, opponent just easily kills the Jodosmith. Think I pass. going Challenger on the Jayce ends up being really good for the opponent. Really? Okay, I guess we Poppy. I guess we Poppy. We level up Lulu. The only downside here is that, well, I guess he does get buffed, but goes to 5. We can Rangers Resolve and then we can rally. Opponent leveled up the Jayce, which is a little bit unfortunate because now a double Shock Blast is just so much trouble for us. I forgot it's because they did that thermal, right? A couple turns ago that they were able to level up that Jayce. So we're gonna go like this. This is forcing the opponent to have to do something else. So this is forcing the opponent to have to do something else. Remember that we have rally mana. We have rally mana. So we can... Vengeance is a little bit annoying though. Vengeance is a little bit annoying. I think we go for it. Right? Because we can play the Fleet Feather and still have Sharp Side mana. Just like this. And that should be game, right? Woo, we got there. Wow. Okay. We successfully played around the Shock Blast long enough for us to win. We successfully played around the Shock Blast long enough for us to win. Because this is going to be 10, no matter which way you shape it. That Fleet for the track, it was just chef's kiss, right? Oh man, I can't believe we had exactly the perfect mana to be able to do that. So, GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Evelynn Viego, which I think is one of our bad matches with this deck. Just because they're able to actually go pretty big, right? Now, I do like the Lulu into the Birdlinger into the Lulu as well. Okay, our hand is not amazing. Not amazing, but also not like horrible. The Whimsy actually could be interesting later on. They can just go taller than us, and that's my problem. Wow, they even have blockers. Huh. They even have like, since when do they play Aristocrat? That's an interesting tech. That is an interesting tech. So I'm not attacking with the Birdlinger because I need something that I can support with the Lulu. So at least it makes sense to do that here. Unfortunately, it does mean that we're taking a little bit more damage. What if we go Sculpture? I mean, what if we go Sculpture and then Lulu? Just to have Lulu become even stronger. And I'm okay blocking like this, so that we can start getting rid of the Spiderlings. We're taking a lot of damage though. Taking a lot of damage, and now this is vulnerable to a Bile Feast, so that is a problem. Okay, well, we get the Rangers Resolve, so that is pretty nice. Lulu's gonna stay alive against almost everything. It's gonna put everything to be a 4/4. If the opponent goes for the Bile Feast, we're gonna have to do the Rangers Resolve, because I don't want this girl to die just yet. And what we can do is that we can heal her up by buffing her with Lulu here. Now we go like this. The problem is if the opponent has Viego, how are we ever dealing with a Viego? Like, how are we ever beating a Viego? I don't think we are. Our hand is also really slow. Our hand is also super unfortunate. Like, we ended up with 2 rallies and a second Lulu, what we should probably don't want to play anytime soon. We have to use the... This is good into Hydroban later, but not into Viego, right? So... Opponent decides to only take 4 damage. Doesn't even block with the rest of his units, which makes sense. No reason to block with that. If opponent has Viego here, right away they summon the Viego. That's going to have quick attack and also summon another miss. This is not a bad... Oh! Whoa! Whoa. Whoa. Ha! Huh. I wonder if I should do the rally here. We lose to... Yeah, the Black Spear is fine, because we have a second Lulu, right? So now opponent kind of made our choice for us. We just play second Lulu, and then we play Citria. Okay, opponent is actually not... doesn't have any cards that they can use. The only downside is that we don't have the rally mana, right? We don't have the rally mana unless we go Poppy instead of Citria. Which I'm kind of liking. So I'm kind of liking the Poppy over the Citria just so that we can rally this turn before the opponent can summon the Hydrobrine next turn. So it's very likely that the opponent has Hydrobrine. Oh, they get the Viego. They get the Viego, which also gives them access to the Miss. So we're in trouble now. If we buff Poppy up, she's still she still dies to the Viego, right? So she's still dying to the Viego here. And the Miss still gets to block. So opponent still gets the Miss as a blocker. Unless we decide to go like this. Because we know... Well, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because Poppy's always going to die. Opponent should always kill Poppy with the Viego. So I kind of want to make it so that I can rally this turn. Does this make the most sense compared to doing it like this? It's the same, right? Yeah, it's the same no matter which order we do it. It's the same no matter which order we do it. The benefit to doing the Poppy though is that we get to buff up our Lulu, which could be problematic for the opponent. Because we're going to level up Lulu here this turn. So opponent should always kill Poppy here. Opponent also has a blocker here, right? They're not killing Poppy? That's a mistake. Wait, opponent. Why? So now Poppy levels up next turn. So now Poppy's gonna level up next turn. We buff everything now. So we wanna whatever we target here, which is gonna be this girl. We go like this. Wait, opponent just gave us the ow. What were they scared of? What were they scared of? So now we only lose to a Vengeance on the Poppy. And even then it's not a loss, right? Opponent takes 8. We lose the Lulu. Opponent's Viego goes down to 1 HP. If the opponent plays Hydrobrine, it's a little bit annoying, but it's not like GG's either. Right? So the Hydrobrine is not GG's either. We can also just go the Citria. The problem with Citria is the opponent plays the Hydrobrine, right? So this is my concern here. Has to be Poppy. Has to be Poppy. We have blockers for the Viego. We can just take that 7 damage from the Miss. Opponent gets 3 blockers though, so then we lose to Atrocity. We can always block the encroaching Miss, I guess, with the Sharp Sight. And block the Hydrobrine with one of my other units. Force the opponent to have to block with Hydrobrine and Viego and lose both units. Poppy levels up here because the opponent decided not to kill her last turn when they had the chance. His only attack is with Hydrobrine and the Miss, right? Okay. That's not the attack that you wanted. So that's not the attack that you wanted because I still level up right here. Still forcing the opponent to block with all their units, including the Viego. And we have all the impacts, right? We have all the impacts and we also have the Sharp Side. And then next turn we can Citria. I guess opponent could have a second Hydrobrine and that could be a... No, this is lethal. This is lethal. Because opponent only has 3 blockers. And the impact is triggering 5 damage. Yes. What am I even thinking about? So the opponent's mistake was letting Poppy live last time. They also kind of had like a heavy hand, right? They didn't have Evelynn. They had like all their soldiers. But I'll take that. I'll take that. We got to see Poppy level up. We got to see Lulu level up. And we ended up winning just because of the rallies. GG's. GG's. Let's see the victory screen, and there we go. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Pirate Aggro, which I think we do very well against Pirate Aggro. Especially... Ooh, okay, so I like the Poppy and I like the Sculpture. I need some early blockers. Because the problem with the Sculpture is that I would like to play the Sculpture in turn 2, but then that means that we don't have a blocker for the opponent's attacker, right? So maybe we have to go Browin, Mayor, right? And kind of go like that. Ooh, okay, so maybe opponent gets greedy and just open attacks. That'd be the best thing for us to happen. Nope. I think I have to Browin. I have to Browin and just block the rear guard, as much as I hate it. Okay, now we just block the Saboteur instead. So I'm blocking the Saboteur now. We take Sids. We'll have Lulu next turn then. And hopefully opponent doesn't have Make It Rain. If they only attack with these 2 units, then I think we still... I think we just take the 5. What if we just take the 5? I think it's going to be more important for me to have the Browin enable for us to be able to do something. So we can play Lulu here, which means that we can drag the Saboteur. Or we can just pass again. But then the opponent easily has Riptide Sermon, right? So I think we do drag the Saboteur. So I think we do drag the Saboteur. Just take the trade. That's 1 less damage that we're saving, and we get to also trade. So it's 1 less unit wide that the opponent has. We have a blocker for the Fearsome, and we have a blocker for the rear guard, even if we have to sacrifice the Lulu. So even if we have to sacrifice the Lulu, I think it's still correct. And now we don't even sacrifice the Lulu. Because we can sharp side. Let's see what the opponent does first, though. So if they open, we'll take the 4. I guess they cannot attack with Misfortune because we always sacrifice. Okay. The other downside here is that this actually doesn't kill the rear guard because it stays at 1 HP. So I think we take it. I think we take the 3. I think we take the 3. Let's see if the opponent does anything. Okay, they don't. We play the Mayor. So we're gonna play the Mayor. That's actually a good... This one is a good one. I like anything... Although the barrier is also really good. But I kind of like the Grumble Slug because it could potentially set us up for the rally play. And also we can just play the Grumble Slug right now, right? And still save mana. So we have plenty of blockers. We can play Sculpture here, and then we can play Poppy. What if it's actually Browin instead of Sculpture? I think it is. I think Browin is giving me more options. We beat the Sermon. We beat the Sermon because of the sharp side. But then our Poppy just loses to everything else that the opponent summons. If opponent has like Sermon, they... Ooh, what? What? No way. So we just pull here. We have Fearsome blockers for everything, so this is not a big deal. We can always sacrifice the Browin into the rear guard. Okay, so we're down to 9, but opponent also is down to 8. We have blockers for all their units, and we have Rally, and opponent only has 2 cards. This is not looking amazing for them. So, Scout doesn't really do anything. Do we just rally now? What if we just go here first? What if we just go here first and just still have blockers for everything? Opponent only has a single card. We have the sharp side. So we have the sharp side. So now we can rally. And then we win the game. Ah, really? That's what they hit? I guess we go here. So we're gonna go here so that we can always block the sap. The Make It Rain doesn't matter. We still have blockers for everything. The barrier goes through after the fact. I guess we don't have blockers for everything. We're gonna take 2 damage. We're gonna take 2 damage. Actually, we probably just take the 3 so that the opponent doesn't have any blockers. My units have 4 health, so we're able to beat everything that the opponent does, and this should be game. Yeah, how does the opponent beat this? Let's just go here. They have to block with all 3 and they still go down to 4. They can't replay the scout weapon because they don't have mana for it. We have Sharpside here to block the elusive. Not like it matters because they have to sacrifice it. I wonder if the opponent lets us see the Poppy level up. I hope so. Hey, they're nice. Thank you, Mr. Pointer. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. They got to let us see the Poppy level up. Oh, Demacia! Boom, boom. That's minus 36. So you let us see the level up, but don't let us see the actual animation to kill the game? Oh, come on. GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Timelines, which is one of our worst matchups, just because the opponent can just get so much stats, and then anytime that they want, they can easily just do very nice, right? Additionally, they have like removal, like Aftershock, to be able to kill our Poppy. Now, don't think we need rally just yet. We also play 5 rallies, so we usually don't want to stay. We don't want to stay with the rally, but I do like the rest of my hand. Sharpside is amazing at protecting that Poppy against Aftershock and Thermals, like we had talked about. Question here is, do I commit the Lulu next turn? Opponent also didn't play Timelines on turn 1, so that's always nice for us. Do we play the Lulu here? Wonder? Okay. I don't know if I do. I guess we should, to be honest. Honestly, I guess we should. Let's just bait out the Aftershock. So if the opponent has Aftershock, I want to bait it out right now. Or Thermal. So Aftershock or Thermal, taking them out right now, is good for us. Because it means less threats for Poppy later. Alright. Let's go here. Now, what we will not do is play Poppy next turn, because we don't have enough mana to save her. So we can save the Poppy for the future turn. Opponent's desperately joined for Timelines. So opponent's desperately joined for Timelines, which makes sense. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect, because I really didn't want to play the Poppy this turn. So I prefer passing. I prefer passing here. I don't think there's any reason not to. We're just going to Sharpside here to protect the Poppy, and we're going to have 2 challengers, meaning that we can even pull the Trundle away if we need to. So opponent's obviously going to go for like an Aftershock here. So they're going to they're going to need to have Aftershock and Mystic to be able to kill this Poppy. So I guess they could have a single Thermal. A single Thermal could be annoying. And by cool, I mean like single Thermal would actually be really annoying. But single Thermal taps them out of everything, and then we can just go for the Inspiring Light and just kill their blockers and push 4 damage. Wow. Ha. Ha. Interesting. So this is going to get buffed up by Poppy. So we can pull one of these. This one should get buffed up by Lulu. So in order for in order for this to be permanent after the fact, we should go like this. So we should go like this. This kills both their blockers and lets us push the 6 damage. Opponent might be planning to go for like a Very Nice next turn. They have exactly 9 mana. But then if they do Very Nice next turn, then they don't have enough mana to do Very Nice into It That Stares. So I'm not sure if I agree with a potential Very Nice next turn. We're a 4, so we're kind of protected from Aftershock. We can play the Citria. Oh no, we can just rally. We're just gonna rally. So if the opponent doesn't do very nice this turn, yeah, there it is. The problem with this is what we just talked about. Opponent is not gonna have It That Stairs mana next turn. So because they don't have It That Stairs mana, they can't destroy my units.
Show them what we're made of.
And we just go double Citria now. So double Citria, they're buffing each other, they both become fearsome. We'll have access to a rally if we need to. Opponent's on at 11 HP, so we can rally because opponent doesn't have a good blocker for Citria here. If we can rally, we just win the game. So that very nice is the best thing that could happen to us because the opponent doesn't have an amount for It That Stairs. So if you force them to have to do that, it's game. And this is going to be game regardless now because of the rally. So this is game regardless because of the rally. Opponent doesn't have any good blockers here. I guess he could technically have Troll Shan. So this has to be a Troll Shan, right? If it's not a Troll Shan, I mean, and even with the Troll Shan, the opponent still has to block. Meaning that they have to, like, opponent still gonna, if opponent uses Troll Shan, they're tapping out of a second It That Stairs. A second Very Nice. If they don't block like this, then they just lose into the rally. Yeah, there's a Troll Shan. Next turn means that we don't have to worry about Very Nice. And opponent still has to block with Trundle here. Because otherwise they just lose the game. So we force the rally out now to force the opponent to have to block with both units. Opponent already tapped out of Very Nice mana, so we're chilling. Like, they survive one turn, but they're losing to our next attack. And if we top deck a rally, then it's just absolutely over. We have double Citria. We're gonna have a full board of Fearsomes next turn. And yeah, one only has 8 mana. I guess they could play It That Stairs here. So maybe that's a consideration. We should have gone for the Inspiring Light. Okay, now we go for the Inspiring Light, right? So now that the opponent did this, I think now we go for the Inspiring Light. And we're chilling. That should put us out of range of most things. Next thing, we have to make sure that we order everything correctly. So Lulu has to buff this first so that then everything gets buffed twice with Citria. So Citria goes at the very last. That way the Citria buffs happen after the Lulu buff happens. Combat Cook. Alright. When it doesn't have fearsome blockers, remember. Yeah, so here we go like this. We buff the Lulu, we buff here, we go here, here, and this gets us the most value. And we can just pull this guy. We probably should have actually pulled with the Fleet Feather, because the Broadwind is not vulnerable to freezes, right? But it's alright because we got the rallies. So even if the opponent has a way to stop us here, we just rally and win the game because we get to level up the Poppy. But GG. We put a lot of pressure. We put enough pressure to force that very nice early, and that allowed us to win the game. I think if the opponent had like the Aftershock, they should have just done it on the Poppy, even if we had the potential for the sharp side. So GG's. In this matchup, we'll be going up against Poppy Taric. So it's going to be Demacia versus Demacia. I think they have a slightly bigger lead. But then we have a pretty good hand here. I'm actually going to keep the Bright Steel because he can be really good at disrupting their planned attack. So the Bright Steel can just be really good at just disrupting their attack, right? They might think they have a good attack and then they get hit by that and that should be fine. I don't think we actually need to do this. I don't think we need to trade because we have Lulu and Poppy. Ooh, that's actually the worst one I could have hit, huh? Like, literally the worst one I could have hit. We can kill this with the Lulu into Fleet Feather Tracker, allowing me to kill the Broadwind. That's awesome. We can play Poppy, we can play Broadwind. Imagine if we hit anything else with the Shine. Like Poppy or Lulu would be so good here. Right? Unfortunately, opponent just kind of disrupts our plan. But if they develop next turn, we can always protect the Poppy with the protector. Protect the Lulu with the protector. But then the opponent gets to kill our challenger, which, whatever. Yeah, so opponent's gonna get to kill our challenger. I guess I should have just challenged this Fleet Feather, to be honest. Probably should have just challenged that Fleet Feather. Alright, okay. So we go here. The good thing is that the Fleet Feather is gonna die regardless. If the opponent has a rally, we're in trouble. If it's not rally, we're chilling. So we get punished by the rally next turn because the opponent can protect their Poppy. If they go like this, I'm okay. I'm willing to trade. Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, if they still go like this, I'm fine. I'm willing to trade. Like, it's still the same. One is still doing the same thing. So we go here, then Poppy, and hope that the opponent doesn't have the Golden Ages. I guess if they have the Golden Ages, I'm still willing to sacrifice everything into the Poppy. I think so, right? Their Poppy dies. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm willing to sacrifice everything. So their Poppy will die regardless. I guess the Poppy doesn't die if they have Golden Ages. But here, it dies. Unless the opponent has access to like a Sharp Side or something like that. If the opponent has access to like a Sharp Side or something like that, then this becomes a little bit annoying. So what if we actually don't kill Poppy? What if we actually kill their challenger instead of the Poppy? What if that's the case? So what if we play around Sharp Side? What if we play around Sharp Side by killing their challenger? Because if we kill their challenger... I guess they have Sharp Side. If they have Sharp Side here, they're always able to kill the Lulu with the Sharp Side. That doesn't do it. I guess they could have Pale Cascade. You have to have Sharp Side or Pale, right? You can't just give me the Poppy like that. I think as long as I keep my two champions alive, we're okay. We can protect them with Bright Steel as well. Perfect. I guess Taric could be annoying here. Esmus. Opponent's gonna have to have the rally then to level up that Poppy. Opponent's gonna have to have the rally to level up the Poppy. If we keep our Poppy alive, we can actually just win next turn by leveling up our Poppy.
I'm ready to take the first step.
Let's go here. This lets me trade with the Tiari. This lets me trade with the Tiari.
I won't stop now.
Right? So this lets me trade with the Tiari. Now, I cannot die to the rally, so how much damage can I take before I lose to the rally?
I do this.
No matter which way you do it, you always lose in the Tiari. That's why I protected the Lulu. Oh, he taps out a rally, so we win the game. Yeah, opponent taps out a rally, so we win the game. I guess by doing it this way, he's able to buff the Tiari. That does protect their champion. Remember that we can just rally here. So we want to put the rally on the Lulu. Right? So we want to put the rally on the Lulu. That way Lulu goes to 5. And she doesn't die to anything. When we buff the Poppy's going to go to a 4-4. And then become a 5-5. So we need to Bright Steel the Poppy. So we go like this. I guess, honestly, we shouldn't even... Like, we probably shouldn't even... I guess we'll attack with her, but I mean, if we go like this, it's just dying to his Poppy. Which I don't like the idea of. I feel like I prefer to just do it like this. I feel like I prefer to just do it this way. But then this is gonna die to their Lulu. To their Poppy, sorry. So Lulu's gonna die to their Poppy. I do need to attack with someone. Do we care about Lulu anymore? Do we care about the Lulu? We definitely need to attack. Let's go here. Let's go here.
I will reach the peak.
Opponent has a good block with the Lulu, right? And there. But next time we level up Poppy and we'll have the Citria. Opponents sacrifice their fearsome blockers. We play Citria next turn. And we should be okay.
Show them what we're made of.
Even if the opponent has the rally, it's not gonna be enough. They're gonna have to sacrifice their Poppy. We're gonna do 4 fearsome 4 impact damage. And then at least one of this. I guess the Citria doesn't have fearsome, so she doesn't get to push damage, but yeah, I guess the Citria doesn't have fearsome. I guess we lose. Yeah, I guess we lose. Wait, no, opponent. What?
Follow my lead. Honor guide me.
Did opponent forget that we have fearsome? They need to have Pill Cascade or Sharp Sight.
Time to get serious.
They need to have Pill Cascade or Sharp Sight. And the Poppy doesn't level up because they need to block with everything. So because they need to block with everything, even if they have Pill Cascade or Sharp Sight, they still lose. Because they lose all their units. Which means that the Poppy just gets to attack and not really be leveled up. Because Poppy only levels up when she attacks with other allies. So, GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. We had some really fun ones there. You can kind of see how this deck, even though at first it's just slamming units on the board, still requires a lot of thinking. It still requires a lot of planning and making sure that you save just the right amount of mana for your rally turn, for your sharp side to protect your units, etc. You cannot just spend all your mana. You have to also kind of be smart and understand where you want to attack and when you want to rally and so on. In terms of mulligan, I definitely like keeping Poppy. I kind of like keeping Lulu as well, but it can be a little bit more risky because Lulu early only really works if you have the Yodosmith for the challengers. But we do have 3, 6, 9 different cards that she synergizes with. And heck, even the Sculpture, I don't mind throwing the Sculpture down and then the Lulu. So yeah, I'll keep the Lulu, I will keep the Poppy, and then you kind of looking for your early units. So your Burr, your Fleet Feather, your Sculpture ends up being really good, and your Broadwind and Yodosmith. So literally you're keeping all units. Just keep all your units except for the Mayor, except for the Citria. If you have too many 1-drops though, I recommend kind of mulliganing some of them away and just trying to get some of your champions on your 2-drops. And obviously you're mulliganing away your rallies as well, because you're going to get your rallies eventually since you're playing 5 of them. There's no reason to kind of get greedy and keep any of them on your hand. So that'll be it for my mulligan advice. If you like this video and you like our content, please make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund, where we usually try to stream 2 to 3 times a week. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.